So I was watching jvega and seeing his challenge of your first beer, and I had to think about this one a good bit because I've seen a bunch of other guys challenge videos out there too. Really liking them. Pretty cool. I had to think back on what I would consider my first beer, because I think it was either OD'd or maybe it was bitter. Anyways, they were saying about, you always sneaking your your old man's beer. It's funny because me as a kid growing up, my old man drank Schmidt's and he drank Genesee. If we were up in the mountains, he was drinking Genesee because that's, well, what they thought was the only thing that was out there was Genesee back in the day. When we were home, he drank Schmidt's. If you were to dig the foundation up at this house, you'd probably find nothing but old Schmidt's beer cans all the way around this foundation, which is kind of cool. So then I got to thinking, that's not what he means. What he means is, what was the beer that you partied with? Well, the beer that we partied with, Old Milwaukee Pounders. That was the beer we partied with around here. Oh, you can smell the junk as soon as you pop it. So here in the Susquehanna Valley, we'd get a case of Old Mill Pounders. Most of the time head to the river and sit along the river. Or actually, one buddy, Mark, he had this little 10-foot John boat that we'd row. We'd get down to Wrightsville, take the thing and put it in the water, of course, and we'd row about 7 pillars out the old Wrightsville Columbia Bridge. Anchor. Drink beer and fish for catfish all night. They were some good times, because then we would always just finish your beer, stick it down in the water, let it fill with water, and it would sink to the bottom. So if you go 7 pillars out from the Wrightsville side of the Columbia-Wrightsville Bridge, you're going to probably find 20 or 30 cases of Old Milwaukee down in there, and red, white, and blue, and Pabst. Some of the other stuff that we did was we would did a lot of camping when we were in high school. What we used to do is I had an old camper on my back of my pickup truck, the old White Elephant. Had an insert that had a kitchen, bed, the whole 9 yards, whatever. We'd take that, but other times we'd just fucking take the old Jeep. I had an old, at the time, 70, wasn't old at the time. It was actually my old man's. We had 2 cases between the 3 of us. It was me, Big Larry, and Hoot Knockers. So the 3 of us hopped in my old man's 76 Jeep CJ5. And it was a Levi's edition. Just had a little 6-popper in it. Went down to Otter Creek and decided to do some camping. We rented a campsite out in the back end, and all we had was this little lean-to fucking canvas tent that we made up. Set up camp, and I had a stove camp. Matter of fact, I still have the old camping stove and everything I had back then. We'd fill one cooler up we had left at the campsite, and the other cooler we threw in the back of the Jeep, and off we went. Went into the game lands, was fucking running around the game lands, dude. We were kicking it. They had went through and logged out this one section of the game lands on the river hills, and they left all the treetops in it. And we just lit out across those treetops, man. You know, just branches and shit fucking flying everywhere, and fucking bouncing around, just beating the shit out of this thing. Ended up down in the sticks, at a place that we shouldn't have ended up at. Going down back this dirt road, and we started coming across all these cars. There's no license plates or anything on them. And we get back in through, and my buddy Hoot goes, "Oh fuck, man, we can't be back here. They got a still running back here. Fucking speakeasy back in the corner." Now, I knew where most of the speakeasies were, but this and here they were actually running shine. So, and they were stealing cars. So we go back in through there, realize where we're at. We turn around and we try to bolt the fuck back. By that time, the farmer was coming down he's seen our headlights going back in. This is probably 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. He comes down, he fucking brings his truck sideways, he hops out, and he puts a fucking shotgun in my face. 12-gauge shotgun. I'm staring down the barrel of a shotgun. I'm like, well, I shit myself probably at that point in time. Scared the bejesus out of me. My buddy Hoots in the back. Larry, he's a big guy, he's 6'8". He's not saying anything. Hoot Knocker's like, "Nevin, yo, dude, it's me, man, it's me, it's okay." And here, it's a good thing old Hoot Knocker knew who Nevin was. And, "Oh yeah, you used to take me to school and all that shit." And Nevin came out and he's like, "All right, well, get the fuck out of here." "No problem, dude. We didn't see nothing. We're out of here. We're gone." So we boogied the fuck out of there. Went back, mudding some more or whatever. Got back to the campground. Drank the rest of our beer. We're out of beer. We might have had like a 3-pack left or something like that. Laying there. Wake up the next morning. I'm looking at the Jeep. And I'm like, "Hoot Knock, Larry, something don't look right. Take a look at the bottom of the Jeep." And they're like, what the fuck, what the fuck? They wake up and they're looking and they're like, "Oh man, what? I don't see nothing." I said, "That's a problem." I said, "I don't see nothing. Fucking exhaust system's going, man." I look, I get up, crawl up to the Jeep. Sure enough, I ripped the whole fucking exhaust system out of my old man's Jeep. How we didn't realize that before I got back here. It had to be laying in them treetops out on the game lands. I have no fucking idea. But anyways, I limped that bad boy the whole way from Otter Creek the whole way here and tried to put another exhaust system under it at my buddy Mark's house. So where I live at, there's a big hill on the backside, so I tried to coast it down over the hill and come up the other side to get to my buddy's house. And well, needless to say, it didn't work. My old man caught me. I'm trying to put a fucking other exhaust system under it because he lives behind us. Well, at the time he lived behind us, but down over. So I'm trying to fix that. He yanks me out from underneath the fucking truck, under the Jeep, but he waited until I was done. It was good times. Old Milwaukee. Really hasn't changed that much. I'm out of here. That's my first beer to get drunk off of. Story. I'm out of here. Take it easy.